Start with the name of Allah Almighty, who's Rahman Rahim. Today we are discuss about complex variable and application. This is the 8th edition of this book. Their authors are the James Ward Brown and Churchill. This one is introductory lecture about complex analysis. This one is the preferences of this book. In this book we are starting with the first chapter, the complex number. First of all, we introduce you to complex number, and then how we sum and product, the basic algebraic properties and their further properties, vector and modulus and complex conjugate, exponential form, products and power in exponential form, arguments and products of the quotient and roots of a complex number. These things we are discussing in first chapter, and some examples of all of these articles. Let's we start first of all, what is the complex number? Now the complex number can be defined in ordered pair, that is x and y. The x and y both are real, and we called x is a real part and y is the imaginary part. So in every in each case we use the pair form of the complex number. Okay, we are talking now about this one. This one is a z equal to x and y, and this x is the real part and y is the imaginary part. Here we discuss this one. There is a graphical view of a complex number. You should keep in your mind, complex number is always in form of ordered pairs, so its value is shown in a plane, graphically shown in a plane. But in a real case, if the real number we denoted real number on a real line, but the complex number is always represented in a plane. First of all, we want to know how we add the complex number and how we multiply the complex number. Here is equation 3. In this equation we can see how we add the complex number. We add complex number by their same part. We adding a real part with real part, and imaginary part is imaginary part. This is the way we add complex number. Now we want to learn how we multiply the complex number. The multiplication is a simple way. That one is first we multiply x1 to x2, and then minus y1 y2 comma, and after that we multiply x1 by y2 and plus y1 and this one y1 and x2. This is the way we multiply the complex number. And you can also multiply openly by complex number by a usual multiplication, simple usual multiplication, as you know before. And after that multiplication, when we separate the real and imaginary part, then we get this part. By these two conclusions, we know about how we add the complex number and multiply the complex number. Now this one is their examples. They sum the complex number, the x1 plus x2 and 0 plus 0 is 0, and here multiply. And here in equation 5, this one is z equal to x plus iota y. When we use the bracket here, then we don't use the iota. If we use iota, then we use or there no use of the bracket in that place. Now this is the z, and what is the iota square? Iota square is the equal to -1, and iota equal to minus under root 1. This one you people should be keep in your mind. The ordered pair can be written in this form, the x plus iota y. The complex number are represented by both form, by this form or this form. We can write anyway. And if we add the complex number by this form, then we get this one. And is it same as we discussed before? That one is x1 plus x2. The real part is add in real part, and an imaginary part is add in imaginary part. Now we multiply the complex number, and we use the usual multiplication, and after collecting the common iota, and then get this result. And when we multiply the complex number with 0, we get the result is 0. Some algebraic basic algebraic properties. That one is the in complex number z1 plus z2 equal to z2 plus z1, and if in case of multiplication, in both cases the the commutative property exists in complex number. Same in case the associative law also hold in complex number. All of the rules that apply on the real number system also be applied in complex number system. Here this one is z1 and z2. We want to add both of them, and after we adding, and this is the example, the commutative property is satisfy the complex number, and this one is the distributive property, and distributive property also hold in complex number. Now this one is 0. This one is the real, and the in ordered pair form, this is the this is in complex plane, and when we add 0 in a complex number, we get the z. That means the 0 is the identity element of the additive identity element of the complex number, and the 1 is the additive multiplicative identity, and the 0 is 0 and 1 is also be the additive and multiplicative identity of a real number. All of these properties are matched with the real number properties. If we multiply any sign, a minus sign or any sign with z, that means we multiply both of their ordered pair or both values. Here we can view some basic. This one is u and this one is v. Now we want to inverse of a z. Now this one is a very important property in complex number, the inverse. For inverse we use the property of inverse is, this one is their formula, that is if any complex number, suppose this one is the complex number z equal to xy, we want to find the inverse of this xy. How we find the inverse? You people don't focus on these two values. We are here. Anyone can ask you how we take the inverse of a complex number. Then we use this one, that is the z equal to xy. Now we need to inverse of z of xy. For this purpose we use this formula, that is the real part over x, the real part square plus imaginary part square, comma, and minus of imaginary part over real part square plus imaginary part. This one is the formula. Generally, if we people have any question about this, then we use this formula and we calculate their inverse. Now the second one question is to how we find the z1 over z2, how we divide two complex number. That is so simple. That one is z1 and z2 an inverse, and we can calculate their inverse, and after multiplying the complex number with their inverse, and we get their results. Like this one is there is the question and their simplification. When we are on exercise of this chapter, we discuss furthermore all of these things. This one is the exercise of the chapter. We will discuss this exercise one by one in next lecture. Thank you very much for watching Education for All.